Oyindamola, welcome to AlphaSpringsEdu. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Storytelling is a part of Alpha Springs. Every child can succeed with the right learning support program. We believe that school should be enjoyed and not endured. And so, we aim to make learning less daunting for parents of school-age children. And over the years, what stands out for us are the little changes and sacrifices of parents and educators. They come together to make a huge difference in the academic life and success of learners. Academic success does not have to be the story of a few kids down the road. It can be and should be the story of every child. That's why, together with families and educators, we create unique learning plans that meet unique learning needs. Remember, as a mother, as an educator, we're all learners, and we're facing challenges every day. It could be when you were very young. And today, what you're going to do for us is share with us a challenge that you have faced in life.
Okay, I will share like my experience, more like a personal experience, and then my encounter with a pupil. Okay, so let me start with my experience. So I think when we the previous time when we had a conversation, we talked about how to avoid regression in learning. So I remembered when I was because I went to a Montessori primary school. And during nursery, the kindergarten class, nursery class, it was all fun, music, play, learning with Play-Doh, clay, mud. It was all fun. We didn't have to write anything. And as soon as I moved to the next class, that's primary 1, that's when we start to write, right? And so it was difficult for me. As soon as I got into primary 1, I remember that I was very slow. So other pupils perhaps finish their classwork or finish writing on time, but then I'm still there, stuck, still trying to figure out what to write or how to write. So it was very difficult for me. And now that I have more, should I say more experience, then I understood what happened to me back then. I think I've actually faced regression myself, and because of the change, because it's new. At that time I'm in an advanced class, so it's no longer all play. It's more little play and more writing. So then I remember then. Actually, I can't forget, because it's one of the things that, should I say, shaped my belief that shaped my belief, or that connects or that ignites the passion in me now. So I remember then my teacher noticed this, and then she was willing to support me. She called my parents, and then she spoke with them that, okay, we noticed this going on with Oyinda, how can we help? And then she was like, okay, perhaps she would have to wait a little bit after classes, and then we practice writing, like that. And actually, she really encouraged me, and then we worked together. And before the end of the term, I got better. 2015 was actually when I started my journey as an educator. I didn't study to be an educator. I actually studied business management. However, I have always had passion to work with children. So, but then I got the opportunity to work with children. I got some trainings. So in my classroom then, I was teaching year 3. I first started as a class assistant. Then I became a cover teacher. And I noticed one of the pupils, she was struggling a bit with understanding concept or doing her classwork. And when I'm teaching or I'm having conversation with my pupils, I observed that she doesn't contribute. So initially I was thinking, okay, what's wrong? Why is she not contributing? So I went to check with the previous teacher, and then the teacher was like, oh, she's struggling. She was also struggling a lot in the classroom. They're trying to help her and so on. And well, I got to know that so I began observing her more, but it was actually not that she wasn't smart. Let me put it that way. Because I believe all children are smart, right? You just have to observe their strengths, capitalize on their strengths, and support their weaknesses. So, but it was because she was afraid. She had no confidence that, oh, I feel if I say this, then it's wrong. I feel if I say this, my other classmates will laugh at me. Because I remember then I spoke with my pupils that you don't laugh at anyone. Every contribution counts, and whatever they say. Because before I teach any concept, of course I talk about the previous knowledge. We try to have conversation about the topic or what I think they know about the topic, and all contribution counts for me. And I try to make sense of anything they say. So, but she was afraid. She thinks other people will laugh at her, which that is literally forbidden in my classroom. You don't laugh at anyone because all contribution counts. So I tried. Then what I did was I began to involve her in things. So, like for example, I will call her to work with me. Like, oh, today you're going to be my personal assistant. Today you're going to get the books and you're going to share it to your friends. Today you're going to collect the books from your friends. Something like that. I started involving her, and I noticed that I think I did that for like 2 weeks, and I noticed some changes. I could hear her voice. Before she was absolutely quiet. Then she started talking more. She started talking more. She was like, oh, if I ask, does anybody want to read first before I read? She will raise her hand up that I would like to, Miss Oyinda, I would like to read. I was like, oh, that's really good. And then when she's making this, I correct her. And I noticed that also taught the other pupils to be thoughtful. So rather than making jest of their friend, they are more, more empathetic towards her. Like, oh, I think we really need to support her. So they were very thoughtful. They became thoughtful, which was very good. And then she was speaking more when she doesn't understand concepts. She's not afraid to say, yes, I don't understand. Can you please repeat? And I just realized that it was just the confidence she needed. At the end of the term, she did very well she did very well in her exams. So sometimes it's not just that a child is not smart or the child is really behind. Once you try to observe the child and engage the child, ask the child question, that's where the child will be able to share his or her story, then you'll be able to connect more. So you'll be able to connect with the child, you know where the child is coming from, and then you'll be able to identify the problem. And once you can identify the problem, then it's easy to plan for the solution or to prefer solutions. So ever since that time, I became very passionate, and I made it should I say, I'm dedicated towards assisting, children that need extra support, the unseen pupils in the classroom. Ever since that time, that has been my, should I say, my goal, to always support children that needs that support, that needs extra help, because they are easily forgotten or they are easily unseen, and everybody counts.
A teacher decided to take it upon herself to help you after school to get from point A to point B. Based on that experience, you now transfer that into your own classroom. It's quite interesting the way you have told the story. Thank you so much. and thank you for taking the time to join me today.